In the heart of the night, this world will burn bright. We will set it alight. In the heart of the night, in the heart of the night, this world will burn bright. We will set it alight. In the heart of the night.
Hello everyone, I am Anthropomantic Fiend, and I do horror-related things on the internet. Today I am reviewing another movie for the 30 Nightmare Movies box set, and it is finally not a made-for-TV thriller. I'm off of that disc, and I'm doing the movie Another Kind from 2011. This movie follows a group of friends, and I use the term friends lightly. I'll get into that in just a minute, but they go to the mountains on some kind of hiking trip, and as things do in horror movies, things start to go horribly wrong. They start to see and hear strange things, and that's pretty much as much of the movie I can tell you without spoiling things. I'll get into spoilers very shortly, but I'll just say right now that this movie is extremely atmospheric. It's shot very well. I think my cat might be in my closet. Excuse me a moment. Yep. You want to see my cat? My cat is in my closet. I don't think he wants to be picked up right now, but if you hear any crinkling sounds or anything happens during this video, it's my cat, Moriarty. My notes are down here. This movie is very atmospheric. It's shot very, very well. Aside from, there's actually a lot of shaky cam stuff in this movie, which I wasn't as crazy about, but I've just spent the past week watching nothing but made-for-TV movies from the 80s and 90s, so the cinematography was definitely a step up here. All the effects in this are very convincing, what little effects they use, because they don't show much of anything in this movie. It's definitely built more on atmosphere. And it looks great. It's paced well. Everything about this movie is great, except for one tiny thing. I hate all of these characters so much. They do nothing but argue, I swear. There's like one scene where they're sledding down a hill and they're enjoying themselves. They do nothing but argue and complain for the entire rest of this movie, and is it really that hard to write nice people in a movie that I will actually care about? Everything in this movie would have worked if I had cared about one single character. The movie Nightmare at Bitter Creek completely failed for me because all of those characters were kind of bland and I didn't care about them, and there wasn't much atmosphere or interesting plot either. With this, there's lots of atmosphere and lots of potential for interesting plot, but I hate all of the characters. It's not even that they're bland, they're just so annoying. They even tell each other, we need to stop arguing and work together if we're gonna survive, and they never stop arguing, I swear. Everything except for that, which kind of ruins the whole movie, is really good. A few other notes. One of the characters in this book is... why am I calling it a book? Because this character is reading a book. One of the characters is reading a book of Freud for fun. Who reads Freud for fun? I hate Freud. Freud makes me want to throw things across the room, but that's besides the point. One of the characters has the same ringtone as me, the little sci-fi sound, so when that happened, I checked my phone. That's as much of a reaction as this movie ever got out of me. There's actually a really cool, surreal ending thing that I'll get to in a minute, and a cool twist that actually made me write that on my paper. So that's good. But don't care about any of these characters, so everything just kind of falls flat on its face. If you muted this movie, so you didn't have to listen to the characters moan and argue the entire movie, you would have a nice series of nature shots with some creepy imagery in it and some very frustrated looking people in the middle of it, and you'd have a nice little nature video, I guess. But I can't really recommend this movie. Nice try, no cigar. So, spoilers, because I do want to talk about the ending of this movie, because I thought it was pretty cool. The party of people, which started with 4 people, 2 couples, has dwindled down to 2 people, one of the couples, because one of the girls is left, like at the very beginning, because she didn't want to do any of this stuff. I don't blame her. And one of them has woken up in the middle of the night seeing this creepy red light, and then we find him and he's unconscious. Around the end of the movie, we see the other girl of the 2 couples go out and look around, and she sees the other guy who's finally conscious, apparently, and she's just like, I finally found you. And the other guy's like, what's going on out there? And she's just like, it's okay, I've found the guy, it's fine. And the camera pans over to the left, and the guy's body is still in the tent. So you're just like, oh no. And I really appreciated that, because then he's just like, oh no, things are going horribly wrong. And he walks out of the tent, and you just see the girl standing there, and she's completely naked for some reason for 2 seconds, and then things go black. It's suddenly summertime for some reason, because it's been snowy for the entire rest of the film. They're like going on a picnic, and there's like this joyful, overblown sounding opera music playing in the background, and they're just all on the beach for some reason, and he's just sort of looking around at his friends who are just like, get in the water is fine. And he walks towards it, and he's about to get in, and he's just like, this is a bad idea, and runs away. And it's surreal, no idea what's happening, but I like the sort of surreal creepiness of the scene. But it doesn't work because I don't care about any of the characters in this movie. Anyway, following that, he runs away, and he finds a car, and he gets cell phone service, and his phone starts blowing up with messages from people who are just like, yep, this is the end, goodbye, everyone. Oh my god, it finally happened. And he looks at the news, and apparently it's, while he's been stranded out here in the woods without cell phone connection, pretty much the end of the world has started, and aliens have started to take over. And as he's looking down at his phone, all of these lights start flickering behind him in the woods and sort of getting slowly closer to him. And that's the end of the movie. And I love that. That's super creepy. I love the atmosphere in this movie. I love the way this movie looks. I love the sort of subtle build that it has to this stuff. But I hate all the characters, so everything doesn't work. Ugh. Yeah, that's all I really have to say. Great potential. Hate the characters. If you just rewritten the characters, this would be a good movie. Another kind. Nice try, but no cigar. I will see you next time. Hopefully with a better movie.